It's B Collins, man. Coming at y'all with a sports segment, man. We talking basketball, man. Stay tuned, man. Take heed, man. Take notes, man. Y'all gonna be quizzed at the end of this video, man. Boy, it is some interesting things going on in the world of that basketball. That Lavar Ball, boy. Everything that come out this fool mouth is just pure comedy, dog. But I ain't gonna lie, bro. The Steph Curry stuff, that was absurd, right? But how can you blame a father for thinking that highly of his son, right? You know how many kids grew up without fathers, wishing they could have a dad like LeVar Ball, somebody who supports them and believes in them to their highest potential. So when you put it that way, I can understand LeVar Ball's words. You know, he's just a man that believes in his kids. He just thinks his kids are going to be the greatest athletes to ever play the game. I can't blame him for that. However, that don't mean what he's saying don't sound funny as hell. That don't mean what he's saying don't just sound utterly ridiculous. And it's easy to say what LeVar Ball is saying sounds ridiculous right now because his kid is only in college. His kid isn't even in the pros yet. And Steph Curry is already a two-time MVP and an NBA champion. It's easy to say it sounds ridiculous. But Lonzo Ball has superstar potential and he's probably going to be the #1 pick. 10 years from now, LeVar Ball's words may not sound so ridiculous. However, with all that being said, LeVar Ball done took it too far, dog. How you gonna even utter LeBron James' name, dog? Don't even say LeBron James Jr., man. Nah, but seriously though, I think everybody's overreacting, including LeBron James. All LeVar Ball said was that LeBron James's kids are gonna have a lot of pressure on him to be great. And he said, what LeVar Ball said made sense to me. He said, stars don't produce other stars, right? Stars don't raise stars. And when I read that quote, I thought about it. I said, Michael Jordan's sons never made it to the league. I was really trying to think about what NBA superstar had a child that also became a superstar. And then when I thought about it, I was like, LeVar Ball got a point. There was no superstar. Like, stars don't raise stars, man. And that's what it is. Kobe's dad wasn't a superstar. Klay Thompson's dad wasn't a superstar. Curry's dad wasn't a superstar. All these guys' dads that were in the NBA, they weren't superstars, right? They weren't Hall of Famers. They weren't perennial all-stars. They weren't all NBA first team guys. So if you want to be truthful, LeVar Ball is actually right in a sense. So if you want to fault LeBron and say he went overboard by coming to the defense of his kids, you can say that, but I'm not going to say that because that's that man's children. You can't determine how somebody else is going to react when you talking about their kids. I don't care what you're saying about them, right? And if it's something that's not necessarily perceived in a positive light, because I wouldn't consider this something that's perceived in a positive light, albeit that's just LeVar Ball's opinion. That's an opinion on an 11-year-old child. I can understand why LeBron felt some type of way about that and said, man, keep my kid's name out your mouth, because there's already enough pressure on LeBron James Jr. to be great, man. Last thing he needs is more media attention from this type of direction. You know what I mean? People are already saying this kid gonna be in the league. Already, I mean, in the interview, LeBron's already said it would be nice to play, to stay in the league long enough to play against my son, to play with my son. That's just, to fathom that thought, bro, is just insane, man. And bro, I just had a thought. LeBron James Jr. and Lonzo Ball. Lonzo Ball, what, 18, 19? LeBron James Jr., 11, 12 years old. That's only a 7-8 difference, right? So 10, 12 years from now, they both should be in the league, assuming that they both, progress the way we expect them to. You know Lonzo Ball gonna be in the league. But LeBron James Jr. will probably be in the league too, man. So both of their kids will be in the league playing against each other at the same time. And we'll be able to determine like who's the greater pro and all these things. Like that's a cool thought. That's a cool little scenario to picture, man. LeBron James Jr. versus Lonzo Ball. It's crazy how we already putting this kid in the NBA, man. He only 11 years old. But because he's LeBron James, LeBron James' son, that's the kind of hype he gets. LeBron James is the greatest high school athlete to have ever lived. LeBron James is the most hyped high school athlete to have ever lived. If you want to debate somebody else, you can throw Kareem in there, but I'm going with LeBron, man. I'm going with LeBron. And there hasn't been a high school athlete as hyped since LeBron. So who do you think that next athlete is going to be? LeBron James Jr. And that's my take today, you guys. Guys, kings, and queens. Remember to love somebody and hug somebody. You're here today and you're gone today, man. Lavar Ball, know your food. Look at that.